Hey guys, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and in today's video we've got some big news to share with you from a couple different home arcade companies. First up is AtGames, who released their monthly update for February yesterday, and we finally have a date for this year's National Owners Day. On top of that, there's some big changes coming to the Legends Platinum Owners Program. iiRcade, of course, are releasing this Friday one of their most anticipated classic retro games, Ninja Baseball Batman. And last but not least, we've got a lot of New Wave Toys information for you, of course, especially if you are a pre-order holder of the Dragon's Lair Overhaul Edition xReplicade. And we'll tell you more about all of this right after this. So that's right, guys. Today I just wanted to share some news with you. Big news in the home arcade space. We've got news from AtGames, iiRcade, and New Wave Toys that I want to talk about. Before we get started with that, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who normally checks out my videos and checking out this one. Guys, I always appreciate the support. It really means a lot to me. And if this is your first time to the channel, you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, all that YouTube jazz. So guys, first up is AtGames, who basically released their February update for the media yesterday. We got this presentation from AtGames, as well as a video on their YouTube with their updates for February. Of course, we found out that National Owners Day is going to be happening on February 23rd to 27th. They're going to save us from the Valentine's Day massacre this year. We've also got big changes coming to the Legends Platinum owner deals. So this is the final month for monthly LPO deals. These will be replaced by what's going to be called the Legends Lounge. So the way the Legends Lounge works is it's going to be full-time deals just specifically for Legends Platinum owners. So guys, this will be the 4th annual National Owners Day, and AtGames are kind of promising a lot here. We're going to get big deals. So for those of you out there who've been sitting on the fence about picking up some add-ons to your AtGame products, or even some AtGame products themselves, National Owners Day is usually the day when we get the biggest sales on AtGames products through their direct-to-consumer. Now, for fans of us in Canada, unfortunately, we can't order the products, the physical products, direct to consumer, but we can make use of picking up like pinball packs. Of course, we've also got the Cat in the Hat Pinball Pack 2 coming out. We can take advantage of that, so keep that in mind, even though we can't get the product shipped to Canada. But for those of you in the US that have been waiting on, let's say, the arcade control panel for the Legends pinball table, which I think is an absolute must because the D-pad on the control panel absolutely sucks, or if you've been thinking about getting the Bit LCD marquee, which is an amazing product, I really need to do a review on that soon now that I finally got it figured out, that adds a sense of nostalgia to a multicade you normally wouldn't get from a multicade, if that makes sense. Anyways, all those products are going to be on sale. We're also going to find out about new partnerships, events, prizes, and a bunch of other stuff. So National Owners Day is usually a very fun celebration. Typically, for some reason, they hold it on Valentine's Day, which is a horrible day to say, hey honey, guess what? I just spent a bunch of money on AtGames home arcade products. So glad they moved it and we can avoid that massacre. Anyways, we've also got some news about the Legends Platinum Owners Program. So February is going to be the final month of monthly deals. So you've got the February Legends Bit LCD for $149.95, $200 off the Bit LCD. That's a crazy deal. I was just talking about how cool that is. Of course, we've also got $150 off the quad plate control panel. The Legends Core Max is on for $99.95, and the Bit Pixel, which is also a really cool device. I had one. I never got a chance to do a review on it, but it's really cool. It doesn't provide the same nostalgia that, say, the Legends Bit LCD will allow you to do by putting up the actual marquees, but it still added a little bit of fun and uniqueness to each game on your multicade. So great deal on that too for $99. Anyways, this will be the last month of the Legend Platinum Owner deals. monthly deals. And what's going to happen going forward is they're going to have something called the LPO Lounge. And the way that works is basically every month there's going to be, well, every day there's going to be everyday low cost items. So basically you're going to get a full-time discount on AtGames products going forward if you're a Legends Platinum owner. So that's pretty cool, guys. They also go on to provide an update on customer service stats, which I always find fascinating. Customer service stats are an internal metric. That's something you share internally with your team to give each other high fives on how well you're doing. A company telling us how well they're doing with their customer service doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, you could say, hey, our customer service is fantastic, but that usually has to be coupled with I don't know what it's called, consumer feedback, I guess it would be called, or testimonials. I find it funny that a company tells you how good their customer service is, and it's not the other way around, that the fans are. But if you guys think that AtGames customer service has greatly improved, which I think it has, but if you think it has, let people know on the Facebook groups and tell AtGames there so they have the testimonials instead of providing us with stats that don't seem to mean anything. Anyways, I'm just having a little bit of fun in that. I worked in customer service a while ago in my career before I'm doing what I'm doing now, so I just find it really interesting. Anyways, moving on, big news for iiRcade fans coming up this month as well. iiRcade fans like me that like those more modern type releases and retro-inspired modern games. We've been eating well so far in January with some pretty big releases and new announcements. We've got that retro knockout vanilla game coming out, Vanilla Beast, so that looks like that's going to be very fun. But what about people that want classic arcade games? Of course, people who want classic arcade games, including a pretty big one that was announced last year. Well, we're finally going to get that game coming up this Friday. Ninja Baseball Batman from Irem is coming to the iiRcade. So guys, if you tuned into Game Days this past Friday, you would have seen Michael from iiRcade go over a bunch of stuff regarding Retro Knockout, but he did promise a pretty big reveal at the end. Even though the video wasn't ready, he did get it up. Ninja Baseball Batman is coming to iiRcade February 3rd, 2023. So this coming Friday, we're finally going to be able to play this fantastic, funny, not North American weird beat 'em up. Now, guys, you're probably saying, well, Ninja Baseball Batman, it's an obscure beat 'em up game coming to the iiRcade. It's not that big a deal, but Ninja Baseball Batman has been a retro gaming oddity, excitement piece for almost 11 years now, thanks to the Angry Video Game Nerd, who 11 years ago covered this on his channel and massively popularized it for Eastern audiences? I don't know how that goes. Eastern audiences. Well, people here in North America. Thanks to the Angry Video Game Nerd, this became an immediate cult classic for retro gamers. Now, while I'm more personally interested in the more retro modern stuff and modern stuff on the iiRcade, that's what really tickles my fancy, I do enjoy a good beat 'em up from time to time, especially with the iiRcade's ability to have online multiplayer. So I'm very excited for Ninja Baseball Batman, which is a fun, wonderfully drawn, good-looking game to come to the iiRcade and to be able to play this potentially with friends. I can't remember if the online is going to be available at launch, but if it's not, hopefully it will be available soon. This game is beautiful. It's got good physics. Irem's a pretty good company, so I'm excited for this to come out, and I'm excited for the fan base. Even though I'm not that guy that wants a bunch of, actual retro games on the iiRcade and stuff like that, they always do manage to find these unique hidden gems, called classics, and bring them to the platform where we probably wouldn't see these from another home arcade company. Like, I don't think that Numbskull, I don't think that Replicade, New Wave Toys, or Arcade 1-Up are ever going to make a Ninja Baseball Batman cabinet. So, as a licensed game, this may be the only way we get it in North America, and I'm pretty excited to play it with my friends. So guys, I have no idea what the price point is going to be on Ninja Baseball Batman. It's always a point of strife within the home arcade community how much iiRcade games are. But based on other iiRcade releases in the Irem sector, I think we're looking at somewhere between $7.99 and $9.99. That's my guess. I'm guessing more on the higher end. Expect this to be $9.99 coming out this Friday. It may have already been announced and I just missed it, but $9.99 this Friday, Ninja Baseball Batman. It's going to be a good one. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about New Wave Toys, and it's so interesting. Usually when we talk about this company, it's a product release and then a very long wait window until we actually see the cabinet, and sometimes there's not a lot of news in between. But lately with New Wave Toys, it's been everything all at once. Like, basically, we've got a bunch of cabinets that are releasing all at the same time and a pre-order that's ending as of today. So the first thing I want to go over is Dragon's Lair Overhaul Edition xReplicade has hit the ports and is now shipping. For all those people that pre-ordered the Dragon's Lair Overhaul Edition, I think it's the black and the red trim are both available now. These will be shipping momentarily. Expect to receive your notice anytime now if you haven't already received it. I'm super excited because I missed out on the first run of Dragon's Lair. That cabinet was an absolute masterpiece. So for those of you that missed out on the original cabinet and have yours pre-ordered, you should have your Dragon's Lair cabinet any day now. This cabinet was absolutely beautiful the first time around. I will leave a link in the description down below to my good buddy Cool Toys review of the original Dragon's Lair xReplicade. Cool Toy makes amazing videos. He did such an awesome review. I'm so excited for you guys to finally be able to get your hands on a copy of Dragon Lair. I've got one coming myself. I'm very excited to review it. You guys know I'm a big fan of Dragon's Lair. I just reviewed the arcade one-up Dragon's Lair unit, and I absolutely fanboyed about the attention to detail they paid with that cabinet. But nobody does a better job recreating arcade cabinets for home arcade like Replicade. So I'm so excited to get my hands on this machine. On top of that, New Wave Toys also have a current pre-order open that's open for 8 days, 11 hours, 18 minutes, and 23 seconds as of the time I said that, for their animatronic line, their very first release, the Zoltar fortune teller machine. For those of you that watched the Tom Hanks movie Big, Tom Hanks, funny guy. Anyways, you can get your very own 1/6 scale Zoltar machine that'll fit in so nicely next to the rest of your Replicade collection. It's on sale right now for $100, but I think the coupon code Fortune20 still active. Save an additional $20, $79.99, and even on this one, shipping to Canada is actually reasonable. They have a new Canada shipping rate, so everybody, if you want some extra fun stuff to go in with your Replicade products to build this miniature tiny arcade model, I guess you could do, this is another great entry, much like the Coke machine, the change machine, USB charger. Very, very cool for Replicade, so get on that now. And that's not the only news coming from New Wave Toys. Holy shit, right? Everything all at once. We've also got an update on the pre-orders for the Atari Food Fight cabinet, which have already hit the UK. People actually have their units, and this thing looks absolutely amazing. Like, it's cool to see recreations of original arcade cabinets like Dragon's Lair, where there's a lot of cool features, but there's some that were just artistic masterpieces, and Food Fight is one of those. Look at the beautiful side art, look of the marquee, look at the cabinet art, and I know my good buddy Charlie Chuck is super excited about this one. Just stay away from the banana one. Leave that to Nostalgia. You don't need a banana controller. That won't make it past customs. Anyways, this cabinet is absolutely beautiful. So for people that pre-ordered this one, expect to see this one coming to your home very soon as well. So much news going on right now with New Wave Toys. We had that big what felt like a drought period for so long with the pandemic, where both New Wave Toys and Numbskull seemed like they were just treading water, and now we just got a glut of releases all coming out at the same time. So excited for people with that Food Fight cab. That thing is an absolute work of art. Dragon's Lair, for the people that missed out on the original release, being able to get the Overhaul editions now, super cool. In my opinion, this looks like it may be the best Replicade to date with all the extra features included. And of course, Dragon's Lair is super dope. So that's exciting. And guys, that's all the news I've got for today. So AtGames National Owners Day coming up 23rd to 27th. Start saving your shekels now because you're going to be buying some stuff. And I'm very excited because they're promising new product releases. Let's see what they have in store for us. On top of that, this Friday, iiRcade fans, we're going to be playing Ninja Baseball Batman. I don't have any idea if the online is going to be ready at launch, but I sure hope so because beat-em-up games are meant to be played with friends and across borders, so I should be able to play with my friends in the US from my iiRcade. And last but not least, this new wave toy stuff, so much stuff coming out. I'm super excited to get my hands on that Dragon's Lair Overhaul Replicade that I've got coming soon. Hopefully you guys are excited too, and hopefully we start seeing more Food Fight out in the wild. That thing is absolutely beautiful. And let me know if you're going to be picking up the Zoltar fortune teller machine, and if you think this is a cool idea that New Wave Toys realize that people are possibly building little miniature home arcades with the Replicade line and adding fun little accessories in, and is this a practice other home arcade companies that maybe make bigger machines should look at doing as well. Anyways guys, thank you so very much for watching. That's the news for today. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you guys next time.